This marathon thing is dirty. It's gross. Like, why are people you train for 6 months and now you're eating chili dog on the way? Yeah, it's just not a good look.
I was like, dude, I don't know how you could scrap that down right now. I'm like, cool.
All right. I'm here for you.
We got to record that and actually make it an official one.
Yeah, it's really good. I like it.
All right, folks. Welcome back to a new episode of Small Talk Tuesday. I am your host, Jennifer Razan. And with me once again, our amazingly awesome co-host slash best buddy slash...
Can you use amazingly and awesome in the same sentence?
Amazingly
Apparently
awesome?
can.
Yeah. See?
Apparently
See?
can.
Ian Hawk McLeod is in the house.
What's going on, everybody? Nope. Yep, I'm here.
Woo.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course.
Am I just like, I don't know why I'm here, more that I know that I'm here to just support you. I don't know what I'm here for.
You're an amazing supporter.
I mean, I would say I'm here for good looks, but really this is auditory, so they can't see my face.
They can see your face.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Oh, you mean on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
See this face right here?
Hey, everybody.
This guy next to me? Mr. here.
My
Mr.
birthday's coming up.
Ooh.
I'm not old, you're old.
We're all old.
No, actually, I look at age as like, people are really sensitive about their birthdays. This is not the category we're talking about. I just wanted to say, though, that one of my friends turned 48 yesterday, and he texted me. It's like, man, I just feel old. And I kept wanting to be like, I don't want to shame on his birthday, be like, yo, the age of your body is 48 years old. Your spirit, your soul, your attitude, that's eternal. That's limitless, effortless. I didn't want to say that on his birthday and be like, you got it wrong, but it's true. It's just the age of my body. Because if we're identifying, if we're identifying with our spirit, I'm like 12 years old.
I've gotten to the point, like, since turning 40, it's like, it's all right. I mean, I don't know why people make it such a big deal in terms of turning another decade older.
You know why?
Why?
It's because when we were little, we had expectations and dreams of our life. And then our life unfolds not quite how we planned it. In fact, 100% of your life is a reflection of something that is not what you planned at all. And so when people say, you know, I'm turning 40, it's like, well, I thought I would be rich and famous and married and kids and living in Malibu at 40. And then they turn 40.
Expectations.
It's the expectation of what 40 is supposed to be.
Or that list that you meet in high school going, by this age, by this age, by this age. Mm-hmm. And then you realize none of that happens.
Yeah, because there should have been a goal or aspiration versus an expectation.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to the good stuff. I need to know. You ran the marathon.
I did.
Congratulations. Ooh, that's such a big deal. We don't have the sound effect, but I'm going to say, meh, 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 meh.
Oh, we need to add that.
Dude.
Air horn.
You did it.
I did.
On the 17th of March, 2024, the world knows it as St. Patrick's Day or St. Patty's Day, but Jennifer Razan, she hit the pavement.
I did.
And she ran 26.2 miles.
Woo.
Wow, that's crazy. Am I giving you too much applause? I think you deserve it, though.
Oh, I'll take it. I'll take the applause.
A little more?
Yeah.
Okay, so you give me the play-by-play. Did you, okay, so you carb loaded the day before?
Yeah, the day before.
2 days before.
Yeah, the 2 days before the marathon, I carb loaded.
And I saw the photos. What did you eat?
I had some fettuccine alfredo.
That's the go-to.
It is.
It just sits well. Because I've done it where I carb loaded pasta with red sauce. And I ran the marathon with acid reflux.
Ooh.
Yeah, so.
Even like.
Don't do that anymore.
No.
Yeah, fettuccine is clean, safe, and.
It's the jam.
It's the jam. And then, were you able to sleep the night before? Because I remember I did a marathon where I laid all my clothes out, and you can't sleep. You're like, dude, wait, did I bring enough gummies, enough jelly beans?
Surprisingly, I actually got some sleep.
We did.
I did, and I actually usually because all my previous races, I would likely sleep like at 11, 12, and then just wake up every hour after that. But I actually got to bed between like 8:30 and 9 and then knocked out. And then granted, I woke up like at 1 o'clock, but it's like I still got some hours before that.
Yeah, because normally you just think that, it's like if you have a bad actor dream, if you're an actor, you have the dream where you're on stage. It's like a Christopher Durang play. It's like you get on stage and then you don't know the lines. And I think it's the same with race day, right? You wake up in the middle of the night thinking like, I just had a dream that I was late for the race. Or I went to the race, but I didn't have a bib. Did you have any of those nightmares or any?
Yeah, I always do.
Oh, see.
I always dream that I'm going to forget my bib.
It's the bib, right?
It's the bib.
Yeah.
That's the one thing you need essentially for the race. It's like it's the bib.
It's the bib. Yeah, I mean, it's like, I forgot my water bottle on me.
And like I'll survive. There's like water stations on, but the bib is like.
It's the bib.
It's the
bib. It's the bib. So you got
I remember
up.
because I remember when I did the Long Beach Half Marathon in 2001, I forgot my headphones.
You did.
I did, and luckily my mom brought hers. But it was like I took her headphones away from her. But it's like, oh my gosh, that's the one thing I kind of needed for.
Dude, race with no music. That would have been a.
I mean, I would have been fine, but it's like I needed something.
You know why I need music is because if I don't have music, like I love being with my thoughts, especially meditation. I'm okay with the uncomfortable things, but like running miles and miles where it's just my voice, pass. I want to pass on that. I don't want the chitter chatter in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here it comes. Look at that outfit. Oh. Why is she wearing a tutu? Must be your birthday or, you know what I mean? Just all this constant.
I've
that
had
smells
that.
good. That smell, what does that smell? Is it?
And then sometimes the worst thoughts gets into your head while you're running. You're like, nope, don't want that. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
So the next morning you got up smoothly and then you went to the race. And the day before you actually ran the 5K as well.
I did.
How was that warm up? Pretty good?
It was pretty good. I actually ran that one slower
Yeah, of course.
than I normally would. But it was actually pretty good.
Do you think it helped you in terms of the next day? You were feeling loose or do you feel kind of, it created some exhaustion, fatigue?
I was actually all right come the next day.
Yeah, if you're going to run 26, what's 3.5, right? It's the appetizer.
Well, the thing is also that like I said previously, it's like a shakeout run for me, so it wasn't too bad in regards to expending too much energy.
Yeah, I just like to, in the morning I like to do a 3.5 mile wake up, shake it off kind of run. That's so rad. I miss being able to say that. Well, people like, I think not to be like, it was definitely my late 20s. I wasn't. Yeah, it's probably cocky, but then you go to work and they're like, "Good morning." I'm like, "Good morning. How you doing?" "Oh, I just ran 5 miles. How about you?" "I am making coffee at work." Like, leave me alone, weirdo. So yeah, you did the shake off, and then what's to point out though, some context is you got a special medal from running the LA 5K, LA Marathon 5K, the Big 5K, Big 5. But you also did a half marathon at the Pasadena Rose Bowl, and I
did the 5K in that one.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, the 5K. You did the 5K the LA 5K, Pasadena Rose Bowl 5K. Then you did one in Long Beach or Santa Monica?
Santa Monica.
And so each of those ones you got a medal.
I did.
And then because you ran all three, you got another medal.
So did.
By Friday, the day before the race, you essentially had 4 medals dangling from.
Yeah, essentially.
Did you bring them?
I did.
Can I see them?
I did.
Oh my gosh.
Realizing they're in my backpack, like, damn, all of these are heavy.
She got a little cocky there, but I like it. Hey, they do look shiny. I'm gonna look at it. Now we're gonna do, hold on.
Show and tell.
Now we're doing show and tell. I gotta redo that take. And now, show and tell. That's pretty
That was
good.
a good one.
One more for safety. And now, show and tell.
That's
the one.
one, yeah.
Okay, good.
So here's
All
the
right.
5K.
So this is the 5K one. We'll do a show and tell of the camera. It's in the shape of 5.
Yeah, it was really
Clever. Super clever. Okay, and then it has the baseball field at Dodger Stadium, which I really do like a lot. And it's sponsored on the back here. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's like Asics and McCourt Foundation.
Yeah, when we talk about McCourt.
Yeah.
You ruined the parking there. All right, here's this one. I want to wear them, but maybe you should wear them.
Yeah, what you wear it. You wear it.
No. I want to present it. All right, what's the next one?
And this is the 5K, triple 5K. It spins too. It's what I like.
Oh, wow. Dude, look at that. I'm spinning it right now. It's super magical. This is the best part of show and tell as a child that we've gotten away with.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I go, hey, you want to look at my Porsche? It's like, I don't want to look at your Porsche. I want a Porsche. But like, I don't want this medal. But I do want to admire it. Look at that. Triple 5K Tour of LA.
It's pretty neat. I like it, actually.
Wow. Okay, and then I see the other one.
Okay, so this one.
Whoa, that's heavy.
This is the double play because I did the marathon.
Oh, you
and the
did
5K.
double play? Oh, I like this one a lot.
It's pretty cool.
Okay, I'm gonna rate these in a minute.
And then this is the big one.
And this one's special because I've seen mine was orange, the marathon, but this one's green because of St. Patrick's Day.
Right.
And it has a three-leaf clover on it. A rainbow, downtown LA, Hollywood, Los Angeles Marathon.
It's like different landmarks.
I like that one. It says 26.2 finisher.
Yep.
That is so hardcore. So I enjoy all your medals. The double K is my favorite. But all four are just really well earned. Question for you. Would you be offended if I went on eBay and I bought the same medals? And I basically have this thing now when we hang out with other people. I'm like, they're like, hey, Jen, how you finished the marathon? She's like, yeah, it was a good marathon. And then I say, yeah, it was hard. I ran it with her too. And then I show my medals. Would you call me out, or you'd be like, dude, fraud? Like, how do you play this? If I'm like, I have the medals. What do you think? I went on eBay and bought these to fake it? And then now it's on you.
I was like, prove it. Go run right now.
I'm like, I already did. I have all these medals. Look how cute I am.
What was your time?
I PR'd in all of them, man. I'm sub 5, man. All right, moving on. So what was the anticipation as you got to the the start line? What was the energy like? It was a beautiful day that day, right?
Surprisingly, we got some good weather. I was really afraid it was going to be too warm. Because initially, it was saying it was going to be like close to 70s and 80s, but it actually like dipped a little bit lower.
Yeah.
That day. So the morning was pretty chill. It wasn't too bad. I thought it was going to be like I had to bring I actually wore like a puffer jacket just to keep me warm when I was there.
And then you shed it?
And then
Or did you give it to your family?
I put it in my gear check.
Oh, gear check.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you shed any clothes on the street?
I had one shirt at the beginning that I just tossed over.
Through?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's about it.
Okay. Fair. And then did you start at the right tempo? Too fast, too slow?
I slowed.
Right.
Slow a bit because going into downtown was pretty hilly. You know how
it's
downtown
super
is.
hilly, yeah. Especially because you start to go through like Chinatown, Echo Park. It's really just that area is
But
tough.
the thing is, like, just getting out of Dodger Stadium was like everyone is so packed in. So you're like,
so wait, you didn't start outside the stadium? You started inside the stadium?
not inside, but like right
Right
where
at the
they're
parking?
parking. You know where the foam thumb is?
Yeah.
Like right there. That's where the
Okay.
start line is. But it's like everyone is so packed in to the start corrals.
Yeah.
It's like,
They call it corral for a reason.
Yeah.
You're just packed in like cows or cattle.
yep.
Did you end up making any friends, or you're pretty focused? Did you end up being around certain people where you're like, oh, we run at the same tempo? You know, like eventually you'll see people that are,
I chatted with some people at the start, and then after that, I was just pretty much on my own.
you ditched them.
I'm not really. It was just they just kind of dispersed the other way.
Yeah.
It's like they went with that direction, and I went just straight. Because I usually like once I start a position, I kind of keep to it rather than just trying to.
Yeah, and other runners to me are like single serving support systems. It's not really, I don't want to talk to you. But I do want to give you the hey and give you the peace sign or the fist bump.
I mean, I cheer like high fives a few people. Mm-hmm. I did all those like especially on the crowds too. They were great. I loved
So
it.
when you high five on the course, do you end up going to the hand sanitizer?
I don't really care. I was like, we're all like drenched
I'm
in
just thinking about the OCD listeners right now, going like, "Oh, I was running in LA, hands sweaty, strangers on the street high fiving me. I have my jelly beans and my goose and my hand sanitizer."
I did have sanitizer in my backpack, but that's when after I went to the porta potties.
Oh,
You gotta go to use porta potties beforehand because during the course, no.
well, I feel bad. I want to confess something. And yeah, 2011 marathon, I was running Hollywood Boulevard. It's raining, but there was nowhere to go to the bathroom. And so suddenly there was like 3 or 4 of us. And I remember it was like we ran behind the liquor store and people were just peeing behind the, yeah, am I going to get fined for that?
I did see some people off to the side streets, like, especially like the men. Just
Yeah, I mean, it's more common to see a man just kind of, yeah. You got to do what you got to do, you know?
Yeah.
Especially you want a PR. You got to get back on the road. You can't be looking for,
oh no, yeah, no.
yeah.
I mean, the lines were ridiculous for the porta potties during
Do you
the
think
race,
right
though.
now that people are thinking like marathons are gross?
It's a little half and half.
It's a little, I mean, I want to be honest, like per capita, you're probably not going to see snot rockets ever in your life, but you'll see a lot of snot rockets on the marathon path.
I didn't really see a lot of
Did
it.
you know what a snot rocket is?
Yeah.
I know. So everybody is like, I know that you would be running, you want to use a towelette or Kleenex to, wipe your nose. But there's some warriors out there running, and when they're on the go, they close one nostril and they shoot the other stuff out of the other. And back, they're just continue while running.
Yeah, I've seen it before, but for this one, at least for my vicinity when I was running it, I didn't really see a lot of that.
I feel like the comments on YouTube would be like, Ian with running is gross. So all the things I've talked about is like, is Ian trying to tell us to, like, Jen's trying to get us to run? And Ian's like, basically, these are the things that made me not run. I don't know.
I think it's kind of gotten a little bit better in terms of that. I mean, at least from my experience. I don't know about other
it's
people.
post-COVID, so.
Yeah.
The first 13-1, was it easier or harder than the second 13-1, 13 miles?
Easier than the back half.
The back half is brutal.
Brutal.
We've talked about it, right?
Yeah.
Between 1 miles 20 and 26 is between 20, 22, 23. It's just like,
Well, the thing is, especially when this one turning back into Century City with those hills, it was brutal, ridiculously.
welcome to the Avenue of the Stars. Right? And then you can smell the McDonald's on Santa Monica Boulevard and you think, am I done yet? No.
It was, yeah. I did smell some good food. I did see the chili dog person there, though.
What?
There's a person, what was it? By the edge of like Echo Park, I think?
What
Or
were they
going into Echo Park.
Were they serving?
Chili dogs.
Did you have one?
No, I wasn't brave enough to try that. Are you kidding me?
No, you can't eat a chili dog while you're running.
I did see one guy take one next to me, and I was like,
That's
I don't
so
know.
gross.
I don't know how.
I'm telling you, this marathon thing is dirty. It's gross. Like, why are people, you train for 6 months and now you're eating chili dog on the way? Yeah, it's just not a good look.
I was like, dude, I don't know how you could scrap that down right now. I'm like,
I think this is the cold open for the episode. That was really funny.
chili dog.
Seriously? Ugh. I mean, chili dog is one of those foods where you gotta be close to home, you know? I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, you don't want to be running around, joggling around in your stomach. No. Yeah, I feel gross right now. I need to take a shower. So the back half, was there any pain in your body? Where was it? Because for me, there's always this chronic thing. It's either, it's a toe, it's the side of my foot, ankle, or a knee, there's always something for most runners. There's something kind of bothering them.
Definitely, like right at the half, my left knee surprisingly started to ache, and I never had any problems with it during training.
Oof. That's always psychological warfare, right?
Yeah, and you're like, no.
So you spend 2 miles probably. You're just running like, if you do, you have so much time. The next 3 miles going like, what's wrong with you, knee?
Yeah.
Like, we were good for months. Like,
Well-
what's this about?
Luckily, it subsided after a bit, so which is good. So it was nothing too strenuous. I just had to adjust the way my knee. Oh, my knee was kind of positioned when I was running. So
And you were taking a lot of OxyContin to cover the pain.
wish. The
episode's called Chili Dogs with OxyContin, a marathon tale of the LA Marathon. Oh my god! I think I had too much coffee. It's fascinating. Yeah, I mean, that you ran that far. To me, it's always still like a wonder.
I was actually amazed that I reached the halfway point at the time I did.
Oh, really? So
Yeah.
you're
I was doing pretty good, really, actually, in terms of my time. I would have made a sub 5 until I reached the 20-miler mark, wherein those hills just kind of killed me.
Did your family or friends show up for the marathon?
Yeah, former coworker of mine. Well, there's a few things. Former coworker of mine saw them in Hollywood, which is pretty cool.
You saw them? Mile 7, 6, 7.
Around there, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" Give him a hug.
It's weird, right? Because you feel like you're so happy.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, I know you.
Yeah,
And then you're like, I gotta go.
yeah. Like 2 seconds later, bye.
You know what I mean? You wait hours.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, hey,
Yeah.
hug me, you sweaty person. And then you're out.
And then I saw one of my best friends with Mama J at
Nice.
mile 17. So
Mile 17.
they stopped there, and it was good seeing them because at that point I was like, where am I? So
Yeah.
it was good seeing their faces at that point. In
Amazing.
the race. So and that was right before we entered Century Stage. I was like, I needed to see you guys, so that's good.
Yeah, I think what's special is when people show up that you're not expecting to see. I think so
actually,
nice.
2 people actually recognized me from my vlogs, my YouTube channel.
Really?
Yeah, which is pretty cool. So shout out to you guys for recognizing
Did you
me.
pull a Sharpie out of your bag that had the jelly beans, goose, and the hand sanitizer?
No.
You pull out a pen?
No.
Gotta
Not
keep
that.
the pen ready, man. I always got 2 Sharpies ready to go.
That was pretty cool though. Like, the fact that they were able to recognize me with my hat and everything else. So it's like very appreciative of that. So
But
glad I'm able to inspire others in some point or other. So
one at a time.
Thank you.
One at a time. And then what's it feel like when you cross the finish line? Is it a feeling of like, I'm done? Or it's more like, this is the completion entail of all the training, the culmination of everything?
It's funny because when I initially did my reaction a week ago, I was literally kind of like feeling mixed emotions.
Like what?
Like mixed emotions in the good way, where it's like I don't know whether I was really happy or sad or like indifferent, or the fact that it's done. But with it being a week after, you and I sitting here now, I'm actually really happy. I feel really great about it.
Can you say it like this? Like, I'm proud of myself. Freaking proud of myself.
Like Napoleon Dynamite.
I mean, can you though? Can you say it? Like, I'm proud of myself.
I am proud of myself
Why?
because I ran it.
Yeah, but it's not just you ran 26 that day.
That's
You
true.
ran 100 miles before that, right? In training?
Roughly, if I were to total up all the miles in training, I'd probably say about 400 plus miles total.
400 plus miles to lead up to that moment. You could say
Yeah.
it. I'm proud of myself.
I am proud of myself.
See, I just want to give you the comments and say, yo, sometimes we got to be like, call it out for ourselves.
You should.
Sometimes, I mean, our whole thing is like, we don't want to be cocky. We got to be humble. It's important. These are important things to not have an ego, but like, be confident. It's always a kind of trickery. But then when you do something that's super, can I just say it?
Yeah.
When you do something super badass, you got to be like, look, I'm boss. I did this.
I think it's one of the things because growing up, we weren't really, you could probably relate to this, is like, we're kind of like kept a lot of things inside. So we didn't know how to actually express it in a way where it's like, you won't be like critiqued or judged on it.
Yeah.
So it's like now that I'm trying to get out of that, old bubble and be like, it's okay to, be a little.
I mean, this is new. This is a new gen version, right?
Yeah.
40 marathon running. What? I'm going to Spain. What?
What?
No.
Yeah.
Like, I think everything before today it's all past now.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And so let me ask you: are you gonna take a break from running, or what's the next step? I mean, you obviously have a very big trip coming up. But what are you gonna take a break from running?
I actually ran my first run yesterday.
I know you went. How far did you go?
It's like the regular 3 mile one.
It's regular.
Regular.
No big deal.
Getting back into it. you know.
MBD, 3
Yeah.
miles. Not, it's whatever.
And the thing, and funny thing is, like I was getting really antsy to get running again last week, but I told myself I'm going to dedicate it just to recover from the marathon, just to really rest up, make sure
The recovery is tough for you, huh?
It is.
For everybody. You live, yeah. I taught you every day, but you were kind of like,
It's like I want to run again.
yeah. I mean, I always thought I wanted to run full marathons all the time. I think half marathons are healthy. I think, though, when you do a full, you run a half marathon and realize I'm only halfway done.
Yeah, but at that point you're like, okay, if I could do half, then I could do another half.
Would you ever do an ultra marathon? That's like 100 plus miles.
No,
Why not?
it's too much for my knees.
Or your
At
knees?
that point, yeah.
You don't think 26 is enough for your knees?
It's at that border point of like, okay, I can handle that much, but anything more than that. I remember biking 50 miles and my knees were like wrecked afterwards.
Wrong one. All right, super question for you. I hate this track, but it's like a new one. Under over. What's that's the audience? Under over. Beckett. Under over. Jen's been running for several years now. Under over, she has 12 medals. Under 12 medals, racing medals, or under 12? Okay, let's see. Let's see. How many medals do you have?
Oh my gosh, I don't even remember anymore. I think
That many?
I have a lot.
You know what? I don't run them to count them in. I run them because I want to just.
In terms of running, I think I have under 12.
Under 12? Okay.
If
Under
it's just
12?
running, other stuff like biking and stuff,
That doesn't count.
doesn't count.
No.
I guess it's under 12.
Would you ever do a triathlon?
Sure, I've actually wanted to one time.
One time?
One time.
There was this
But
one time.
the only thing is, like, I
Bandcamp.
can't swim well, so I got to practice on that. That's one thing that
I'm
I
going to
can't.
be straight with you. I love biking. I love running. But I do not love swimming in the ocean.
Open waters.
My older brother he did a lot of tries. But he used to say, like, what happens, you jump in the ocean, you run in the ocean, and you're just getting plummeted. People are kicking you in the face for miles. People until they spread out.
Yeah.
Like you talked about the corral at the front of Dodger Stadium. Imagine his feet everywhere, paddling like this. And once somebody kicks me in the face, I'm like, ah! My goggles come up. Oh my God, I got kicked in the face. And then you're like, I'm drowning. And then all of a sudden it's like, how'd the triathlon go? It's like, I didn't get past the first part.
Now I'm not going to do a try now.
Maybe it's like, it's not so much about, maybe what's worse, getting kicked in the face or just all the feet?
Feet.
Yeah, it's the feet, right? Yeah, I don't know.
It's the feet. I don't mind getting hit in the face. That's like nothing.
Can't they change to try to like running, biking, what they call it, paddle tennis,
You
paddle ball,
paddleboard.
paddle ball. What is it? What's everyone playing now? The
Oh, pickleball.
pickleball. So it's like, can't it just be running and biking and then pickleball? And the swimming part is I don't know, too many feet. Maybe I have body dysmorphia. I just have this thing too of like, I want to look good, but then like, I don't think anyone looks good in Speedos. I'm not a narcissist. I just don't. So yeah, so are you in support of this running, biking, pickleball situation, or no?
Well, the thing is, if you're doing pickleball, you'd have to play against an opponent, which is kind of weird.
Okay, how about this? Like, running, biking, hot dog eating contest. It's kind of like the thing they do at Coney Island.
It's kind of like those beer runs, 1 beer per mile.
Exactly. But maybe you do the hot chili dog eating, and then running, and then biking.
Oh,
God,
That
this is
would be-
horrible. The order is really important. I find it out. The order of things.
I mean, I feel like sloshing all around. Oof.
All right, we'll find the third thing. I just think that swimming is a little bit, I get it.
I don't know, maybe. I mean, at one point I did like a few years ago wanted to do a triathlon, but it's like, yeah,
The medals are not as good as the running ones.
probably not. No,
You have some nice hardware though.
I do.
Congratulations.
actually, yeah. I remember going to dinner afterwards. I'm
With
"Why
all
are you
of
like
them?
this?"
She looked like Mr. T.
No, I only had the double play in the marathon with me, so I'm like, cling, cling.
A Mr. T style, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to Mr. T. He's the
Yeah.
best. So, do you plan on? Do you think you're gonna take a break from running, or are you gonna just prepare for your trip to the El Camino?
Preparing for it. That's part of my training for it, because knowing I'll be walking long distances, I want to keep the fitness that I got with training for the marathon and keep up with that, because I'll be carrying about 16, 20 pounds worth of stuff.
Yeah, recently I held the bag that you're gonna carry. It's heavy, dude.
Well,
Are you ready?
That's not the real pack.
I know the one I held the other day.
Oh yeah,
was heavy.
It was similar to it.
I didn't feel good. I would cut down on the miles and then increase the incline. So hiking, I think, is going to be your jam. So you can really.
I did get some new trail runners a few weeks ago, so I've been walking around those quite a bit.
What brand?
Ultra.
This episode is brought to you by Ultra.
They're very comfy,
Super
comfy.
Well, good. What else do you want to say about this marathon?
I don't
What
know.
things you want to touch about?
It is a. Oh yeah, no, I don't think
Speech.
I don't think I mentioned this in the previous one, but the total for our fundraiser for City of Hope. Ready?
Do it.
$2,160.
Well done.
Woo! We did it.
You set a goal. And you hit it.
Yep.
As I said, I'm so grateful. I'm proud of you because you did it for those that can no longer run.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whether I can't really run far, but I can run a little bit. But I think it's the idea that you run the miles that I can't.
Mm-hmm.
And thank goodness. God bless you, because I think I'm done with those long miles.
Mm.
Yeah. And I think you did it for the right reasons, and I think that I think it says a lot about you, about your character, that you're like, hey, I want to do something, but it's on behalf of others. I think is really the essence of life when we figure out that we could serve by just doing or taking action for others. I think is a really beautiful ethos of life. And I mean, although you're 40 and you're doing it now, imagine if you continue to do this, living with purpose.
Mm.
Yeah. How's that? I mean, how does it feel for you to, did it help having that kind of goal for others? Did it keep you motivated?
It definitely kept me motivated. Definitely. And then, now that's been a week, I've had a little more time to reflect on it, the whole experience. Because before I didn't know how I should feel about it. Because I was all like, because it was in that moment and then you're kind of engulfed in it. So you don't know how to process it at that time. So with the time kind of passing by, I'm really happy that I went for it. And that I was able to even, help in some way or other raising funds for City of Hope. And just being able to, and I think I say this in my race vlog, which should be out the same week this episode comes out, that I'm always thinking about the people I'm running for in my head that kept me going. And that really helped me a lot in terms of pushing me through those last miles, especially those last 6, because I'm fortunate that I still get to walk. And I still get to run. I still get to do the activities I enjoy to do. And some people aren't able to do that. So, I'm doing this on their behalf. Not just for me, even though I sometimes think that I may be doing this for some selfish reasons, but it's like, no, I'm not. I'm doing it for a purpose, and that purpose is to help others.
I think the most beautiful thing you said there was this idea that you get to, right? This idea that often it's just so easy. You know, a lot of us have to do things we don't want to do. I have to go to school. I have to go to work. I have to go to the doctor. I have to take my, friend to the airport. Whatever the thing is, right? I think it's more that we get to live and we get to do these things. Mm-hmm. A lot of places in this world, you can't get an education. You don't have access to, a car. It's this idea of like, oh, I have to drive an hour. It's like, yeah, the hour is hard, but imagine walking hours and hours. So I think your mentality, if I get to, is just really spot on. And yeah, I think now with you going on your new trip, I think it's going to continue to open your perspective of the world, but maybe open the perspective of how you see yourself.
Yeah, totally.
That's what I hope for you.
And I'm ready for that next part to open up.
Oh, yeah. It seems like you have a lot of things as 40 is arose that you're already starting this kind of new path of new things, no?
Yeah, no, and I'm totally grateful for that. And not too many people will be able to say the same things I do. Not many people will say like I ran a marathon or I'm doing this journey that's coming up. It's like a small percentage of people get to do it, and one of the things that I'm grateful for is that I get to do it. So, and being able to share it with you guys as well as part of it's I love sharing it because for same thing as like for people who can't run, like people who won't be able to go in the experience of going this next journey with me, this is like their way of doing it as well.
I mean, you've been so consistent with your vlogs, and I think the idea is that of all the stories you've told, I think you've leaned into yourself, and I think it's boding well for you. I think it really is leading to a lot of self-discovery, but it only began because you were open to exploring. So
yeah, definitely that works out into a lot of opening so many doors.
I wonder what new doors will open for you soon. I'm excited to see what happens. For me, as your friend, I think it's this idea I get to witness. I mean, that's what I feel about living. I live because I get to witness everybody else around me. I think that's the blessing of being alive. Is witnessing their growth and witnessing them through the hard times, but also just being there when they're in this present moment doing their best.
Exactly. And vice versa for me too.
Absolutely. Yeah. How do you want to wrap this one?
Well, now that the marathon is over, I'm sad and but happy too at the same time. Sad.
Are you sad?
I'm sad in a positive way, if that makes sense.
Because the mountain was so high to climb and you got to the top and now it's over.
No, well, it's sad it's over. All the training, it's one of those things where, and I have to say that like the post-marathon depression is actually real.
It's so true. You go blue.
Yeah, you go blue, and it's like because you built up all that anxiety and energy. And all that to that point of race day, and then the day after, it's like it literally cuts you off, and you feel like you're falling off a cliff, and you're like, "What now?
What? Who am I?"
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's very existential.
And it's like you're trying to figure out. It's almost like almost like a crisis of some sort. But not really, but yes, at the same time. So it's like...
I mean, for me, I think when people look at marathon people, it's like, what are you really running away from? No, it's more like, yeah, what are you running away from? Hey. When we see marathon runners, we're like, what are they running away from?
Running away from ourselves?
Yeah.
Well, technically that is true because we're building up to it, so we're trying to improve ourselves through fitness, hypothetically. And then we reach that point of peak fitness, as you can say. And then you go like, now what?
Yeah, now what?
Now what?
Now what, Jen? What do you do now?
Now is the next trip, or that's coming up pretty soon. So I'm in full preparation mode for that.
Dude, I would just start hiking with that bag already.
I've been carrying it around.
Yeah?
Around my house at least for half
an hour.
Around
your coffee table? You walk around your coffee table with a backpack?
How'd you know? Damn it. Oh.
You know, technology. It could be everywhere at the same time.
It's like instead of coffee table running, it's coffee table walking.
And backpacking and...
Yeah. Surprisingly, my pack is not too bad yet. I say that now. Just watch.
I just say like take a rollaway suitcase and just take it up the roads.
I'm taking an extra suitcase, but I'm transferring it there for some fresh clothes when I'm actually done with the journey.
Where are you gonna leave it? In Spain?
They have a transport thing there to take it to your destination. So that way, like, I'm not just wearing
random
the same clothes I've been wearing for 4 weeks.
Whatever left.
Yeah.
I'm more curious to see how you end up laundering, how you clean all your clothes on the road.
You'll see it. You'll see it.
I can't wait.
It's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. Now I'm slowly starting to let it out in the open. What's gonna be next? It's gonna be a fun journey. I've been waiting for this upcoming one, for years.
Yeah. I mean, thing is, we have these visions of the future. The key is not to spend too much time thinking about the future, but then when it arrives, we sometimes can enjoy it because we're already sensing the sense of finality. What I mean by that is, like, as a kid, I loved Disneyland. The idea of going to Disneyland with my brothers. The idea is like you go, and it's almost like you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
And then around 3 p.m., you start to get sad, and you're like, "What's wrong?" It's like, "Oh, it's almost over." Yeah. Because you realize it's happening. So the key in life is like, hey, can I just enjoy it, knowing that all things, even good, they come to an ending. So the idea is the marathon's amazing, but the marathon's going to end. Mm. Same with Spain, right? It's like walking the El Camino you'll come to the end of the road, I suppose, at some point. But the road never ends.
No.
It's just about the next journey, but also the gratitude for the moment that we actually get to walk the path.
Exactly. And I'm excited to walk that path. At least this first path. It's not going to be the first and last for sure. That's what I know.
No.
It's going to be one of many.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, look, I forgot. I actually wore today. I wore my finisher shirt. What?
Whoa.
It's green.
Look at that.
I don't know if I can see it, but
that's why I wore these sweats. You want these sweats? Do they match you?
Green, huh?
Hey, I like it. It looks good though. I've never seen that shirt before.
Yeah, I think they changed the materials of it in the last few years.
I think it's. Let me see.
It's like more of a tech shirt. Or do you have?
Well, that's the same as a 5K one we had a couple years ago, but
similar.
It was gray.
Yeah.
Same with it, but I've never seen a green one, so this is a specialty.
Yep.
One off
for St. Paddy's Day.
Are you gonna rock it on the El Camino?
Sure.
I mean,
like for walking around town, probably. I have like special shirts that I got to help with the walking part. But usually, just to go around town, I'll probably maybe have this one just to show off. Like, oh, you run a marathon.
Big shout out to all the marathon runners around this year.
Yeah, definitely. We've all accomplished something that a small percentage of people in this entire earth will ever accomplish.
We say to you, you have courage. And then we look at the other person and go, she's brave. You have courage.
Aww.
And I look over and go, she's brave. It's scary. I don't know how you do it, but I think the idea is if Jen Razan can do it.
Look, I'm 5 feet. I'm tiny. So if someone small as me, actually there's like younger people, like smaller people than me.
But you're tiny. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, let me get me started. But you're tiny and mighty for sure.
Mm.
Yeah. I was thinking about if I've ever seen tall runners. Yeah, maybe. I'm the tallest, probably. Taller runners.
Well, you're like 6'8". Yeah,
6'2".
6'2".
6'1.5", but who's counting?
Just add that F.
I mean, I don't want to be a jerk about it, but the half's real. That separates me from the.
I wasn't knocking you for the half. I was just saying add the half.
I know. I'm taller than the 6'1"ers, and then for the 6'2"ers, I'm like, hey, I'm pretty close to you, bro. I'm half.
You can't really tell the difference too much.
No, from up where we have, it's all fresh air. We're standing.
Are you the tallest of your brothers?
I think I am. My little brother thinks he's taller than me, so he stands up straight when he's with me. But we both slouch. Don't lie to me. You might be a quarter inch taller than me, but I still beat you up.
Yeah, I've just seen some. Yeah, no, people your height and a little taller.
Yeah. I want to look at the Guinness Book of Records. I wonder if I'm the tallest runner that ever ran. I'm sure there's probably 7-footers that run, right?
Probably. I mean,
You think?
yeah.
It's far, though.
I didn't see anyone that tall though.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It's mostly like people like a little bit above 6 and then shorter. Anything below the 6.
So wait, you saw someone shorter than 5 foot?
Yeah,
Well, how tall is that?
probably close, maybe close to 4'8".
It's really. This is where tall people start making short jokes, so I'm gonna skip that part. Like, what happens when you're running by the table and they're handing out water? Do you have to like jump up and grab a cup?
No, just grab it.
Sorry, that's where the bad jokes go. I like the high jokes.
I mean, I guess everyone's like within the height of each other.
Like when you cross the finish line, is there actually a finish? Like you actually don't go through the ribbon, you go under it.
I actually,
Do you see all these bad short jokes?
yeah. It's funny thing is like, I actually saw myself because I think KTLA had like streaming the finish line. I actually saw myself cross the finish line.
Really?
I was like, oh, I'm so tiny among all those other people who are taller.
So good.
Little tiny thing like crossing the finish line.
I love it. No, you're super strong. That's all I know. And dedicated and strong. And yeah, you're poised. It's hard to do. The hardest thing about running is that it's about accountability and integrity. This idea that you can't say, hey, I'm a marathon runner if you actually don't do the mileage during the week.
Yeah.
You got to do the training. And so the idea is like the accountability part is no one's going to wake you up in the morning to get you going.
You want to hear something funny?
I want to hear a fun fact.
Not really a fun fact, but
I'll take something funny too.
my best friend's younger brother also ran a marathon that day, but he rarely trained.
Yep. What happened?
He was like, I'm
You
dead.
did you see him at the chili stand, chili dog stand?
No, I saw him afterwards in the finish line. I was like, I'm dead.
He finished?
Yeah, probably maybe a couple hours after me. But it's like, it's still like, like at least he finished. I mean,
That's what I mean. I think marathon running should be a little enjoyed.
yeah.
Running without training just seems like you're just trying to,
Yeah.
don't do it. It's not worth it.
I mean, like I kind of warned him, like, are you sure you still want to do it? I mean, are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah. I want the medal.
Because we are metal junkies.
Yeah, you're a medal junkie. I have plenty. I think I'm good now.
You could always have more.
Mm,
Yeah, you do.
that's true. I always have more. For sure. Well, congratulations, Jen. You did it.
Well, thank you.
Well done.
We're gonna wrap it up here for this one, but like looking back on it now, it's like it's a fun memory. I love it, and just thinking that I actually finished and saying that I did finish is just, I don't know. It keeps me speechless half the time because it's like, okay, if I could do this challenge, I could do another challenge.
And I think based on, I've known you a long time, like running didn't seem like part of your regimen as a younger person.
No.
So like the idea is like, I think that's the part that resonates with me. Where it's like, if you're a person who doesn't run and all of a sudden you're doing marathons, it's a big deal.
It is.
Yeah.
The spontaneity of it all, which is really
Yeah.
great.
Is there any YouTube comments about me yet?
They love you.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Like Ian's an awesome co-host. Well, not
Yeah,
really.
you can't. My thing is like, if you believe the good stuff, like, oh, he's so handsome, and then someone says, oh, he's a creep, you have to believe both, right? So I believe none.
No. You are an amazing co-host.
Well,
You go. This is where you polish your fingernails.
I'm here for you.
There you go.
Yeah. All right.
All right,
Small
so we're
talk.
here for this episode, but thank you so much. Do find us on YouTube. Spotify, all the places that you listen to your podcasts, and this little podcast is continually growing, and surprisingly, in the short amount of time that it's been up, we've gotten a good amount so far. And
I'm impressed. We'll see what happens.
We're impressed, and we're growing. We're growing. So
I don't know what's going on. I just actually, you tell me, hey, I want to talk, and I'm like, yeah, let's talk. That's actually how I see it all.
that's how it works.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Ooh. So with that, we'll see you all next time.
Ciao.
Ciao.